And Heath will be joined on stage by Giants Head of Media and Communications, Lee Merrick, who does a wonderful job for the tribute. Would you please make welcome Lee Merrick and also the one and only Heath Shaw, ladies and gentlemen.
The things I do for you, Heath.
That's a pretty good rap sheet. I'm not sure why I'm not on the Giants list next year, but only joking.
Heath, we'll get to your milestones and rap sheet both on and off field shortly, but as Jim mentioned, it is an odd time of year. There's a number of players moving on from the club for a number of reasons. I know you want to say a few words about each of them. So obviously there's some retirees and with the live stream now going, I'm sure Sam Jacobs is watching this from Adelaide. So we'll start with Sam, who just spent the 1 year at the Giants, but 208 AFL games, 7 at the Giants, across both the Adelaide Crows and the Giants.
Yeah, big source. Obviously three different clubs, 3 different states, which is a pretty good achievement when you think about it. And when you play at 3 different clubs, is one of 2 things. You're either not very good or you're not well liked. But obviously knowing Sauce for 1 year, he's a very, very nice guy, and his family are amazing. We spent a lot of time with them in the hub, and they spent a lot of time there. And I know Jace's theory was get Sauce in and obviously try and get rid of Mumford, which we've been trying to do for 3 years. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but Sauce, I'd like to thank you for your time this year. Like, we love you, and as I said, the time we spent with you and your family in the hub, and we become closer, and I know you're back in Adelaide now, and I'm looking forward to going to Adelaide and you taking me to all the wineries in the Barossa.
We'll move on to Tommy Sheridan, who's here in the room with us. He retires after 83 AFL games, both Fremantle and the Giants. A very popular member of the playing group.
I didn't even know Tom played for Freo. So yeah, apparently he played a few games there, but 2 games for the Giants. The first game, I think he lasted about 2 minutes, Tommy, was it? Minute and a half. Second one got dropped after that one. So it was a very illustrious career at the Giants, and I think, Tom, you'll definitely be remembered for organising the FIFA tournaments. 2 FIFA tournaments, very successful FIFA tournaments, and I think you're wearing that very famous suit that we've seen you wear about 45 times in the last 2 years. MJ Bale. Sponsored by MJ Bale. Very nice suit, Tommy. But yeah, well done on your career, mate. It was a good effort to get 2 games at the Giants, to be honest, so well done.
There it is, the famous suit, made it all the way to Perth. On to the next player, Jeremy Cameron, 171 games at the club, exercising his rights as a free agent. Up on the poster here and has had a big impact on the club.
Yeah, Jez is obviously one of the originals from Dartmoor. He's a superstar. When I first got to the club, actually first played against him, he kicked 7 against Collingwood at the MCG. Nearly got the Giants over the line. We ended up winning by about 80 points. But yeah, that was a good result there. I know I was supposed to have dinner at Leon's this week, but the news dropped about Jeremy obviously going to Geelong early in the week, and I think Leon was curled up in the fetal position in the corner and hasn't called me about that dinner, so we'll maybe do that next week, Leon. But yeah, Jez he's a star, and he's I suppose leading goal kicker every year for so long, and he's been very loyal to this club for a long period of time. We can't forget that, and how good a bloke he is. He's the local football playing professional football. To be honest, he loves drinking beer. He loves fishing. He loves going camping, and he plays footy on the side of that. So it's pretty amazing the achievements he's had in his time here, and he definitely won't be forgotten.
Aidan Core here in the room, another one exploring free agency options. He's polled a few votes tonight as well, which is good to see. 98 games for the Giants across 8 years.
Yeah, I don't think you get any votes after he told Leon he was leaving, but he was the golden child. We thought, obviously, that he was Leon's fourth child at one point because he was very much mentioned in every way. And as Corey told me, he's never seen Leon move so quickly. When Corey said he was leaving, Leon just stormed the other way, and the knee injuries didn't seem an issue for you, Leon. You were running pretty quickly to get out that room. So very interesting. But same thing, I think, along the lines with Jezza. He's up here for a long period of time. He had his injury woes early on in his career, but towards the back end really come of age, and fellow backman, always loved the backman more than he loved anyone else, and wish him all the best going forward, and I promise I had nothing to do with him going to North Melbourne. That wasn't my fault at all. So
the final player we'll touch on of this group of players who've had longevity at the club. Zach Williams, obviously someone you've been close to, being a half-back. He joined the club as a rookie in 2013 and played 113 games for the club.
Yeah, Zachy was, when I first got to the Giants, obviously playing in the back line, playing half-back, I had Zach Williams, Curtly Hampton and Nathan Wilson sort of under my wing, the Indigenous boys, and they're very unique characters, and they've all got their own specific traits which they're really good at, and as much as I hate to admit it, Zachy's definitely going to go past me in terms of a player, and it's sad to see him go because he was a rookie listed player, and I think Sheeds had a big part in keeping him at the club and drafting him as well. So it would be sad to see him go, but I wish him all the best, and I hope I've had a little bit of an involvement in his development as a player and as a former Collingwood player. Seeing someone go to Carlton, it actually makes me a little bit sick. But I think the navy blue will suit Zachy because, even though I'm wearing it now, there's a reason why I'm wearing it now, is because it makes you look a bit skinnier, and Zachy's got that little gut, so he's trying to hide. So I think he'll be all right there.
Heath, we know you love a laugh, but on a serious note, it's been an incredible stint at the Giants. 152 games, as Jim touched on, to take you to 325 across the two clubs. Life membership here, the 2015 Kevin Sheedy medal, and two-time All-Australian. I know you've got a few people you want to thank and a few things you want to say to reflect on this journey, so I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, this could go for a bit longer than 6 minutes if I thank everyone that I've had over the journey, I suppose. First off, coming to the Giants, I didn't know what was going on when I got told that I was getting traded from Collingwood and didn't want to leave that childhood club. Giants was an option. I don't think it was my first option initially, but I don't think it is. I couldn't have planned it out any better than what it has, like the rest of my career coming to the Giants. Got to meet some people, moved to Sydney, meet this group of players, this people. Leon and Gubby obviously played a big part in that, getting me here. Sold me the dream, told me we were going to win a premiership. We didn't, so that's on you too. But it was such a unique situation coming to a club that I suppose when I first started didn't even exist, to becoming a life member, probably playing my best football, playing off in a grand final, meeting people, meeting friends, meeting family, I suppose all the staff and everyone that I've seen over the journey. I know 100% I was hard work for whoever was involved in my football career. I don't shy away from that, and I don't think I ever will. Leon can vouch for that. But I wouldn't change a thing. It's been so good moving up here, playing for this club, playing with these guys, and getting to where we are now. And on the back of like talking about, it's weird because you say like the old saying goes is no one player is bigger than the club. At the same time, and going back to the guys who are leaving now, it's like you got to understand the sacrifices that every player makes to actually play AFL football. Sorry about this. I knew this was going to happen. I said to Witters on the car on the way here, what do you reckon the chance I'm going to cry? He goes, 95%. I said, yeah, I reckon you're right. And not shying away from that, the sacrifices that every AFL player, whether they play one game, whether they play 300, whether they've been at the club for 10 years or 8 years, and you're leaving for all different reasons, it's a huge sacrifice, and we can't underestimate what players do to actually play AFL football. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I got to play for 16 years. I got to live in the fantasy world for 16 years and not have a real job. So I'm pretty happy about that. Unfortunately, I've got to try and find a real job now. But yeah, I think the one thing obviously I want to do is thank everyone who was involved in me getting to the club, and then involved in the club while I was there, because good, bad, or indifferent, I think I've had an impact on most people that have been at this club. And this is probably where it gets the hardest. There's one person that is departing our club that's it's not through trade, it's not through delisting like me, it's not through getting sacked, and we touched on her before. I got involved in the AFLW program because of Al McConnell. It was my duty of care, and he asked me to come down one day and just help out with the girls. That was one training session in the pre-season, I think it was, just to help out and try and give them some pointers and see how we go from there. And one training session led to 2 training sessions, and then 3, and then eventually I was flying down to games in Melbourne and sitting on the bench like a lunatic, yelling at these girls like I yell at the boys, telling them what to do. And the reason why I came back and kept on coming back was girls like Jacinta, who were so good, wanted to learn. She was a bit more aggressive than others and a bit more out there than others, but that's why we loved her. And it was after the season finished and had a pretty rough month. The delisting was probably the easiest part of my month, to be honest. And that hit hard. And I feel for all the girls and obviously Justina's family, because that news was pretty hard to take. And there's a quote, I hope I get this right, because I was thinking about it before, and I hope I get it right. Definitely forgotten it. It was. If someone can help me out, but I'm assuming you won't. No, I got it now. Dr. Seuss once said, "You have to be odd to be number one," and she was one special person. And it's sad to see her go. And I know we spoke about before what we can do to remember Jacinta. I think I'm going to throw it out here now. I think the number 34 AFLW jumper is going to be retired forever. Well, obviously just announced that it's going to happen. So I think that would be a fitting tribute. Only a small part of a tribute to Jacinta. Just have that number retired because she was special. She was family, and we're going to miss her around the club. And yeah, I reckon that's about it for me, to be honest. So yeah.
Tommy, can you come up as well, please? Tommy Sheridan. And Sam's at home. I'm going to let you sit down in just a second, I promise, but we just got a little present for you. Tissues. Yeah. Sam at home. Sam, there's a present coming for you too.